This is a quick tutorial on how to host a Zoom meeting. Some of you might be needing this for class. So just going to go over the basic features. I will be starting the meetings in my Pro account, so you'll have access to the Pro features when I make you the host. So I'm just going to walk you through what it looks like from the presenter side. So your meetings will take place in my personal meeting room. And that's this meeting ID right here, or the direct link. This is just like an alias for that link. You can use that, oops, copying an invitation, and you can put that out to whoever you are inviting, and you'll see it pop up. You want to make sure that Zoom, the app, is open on your computer, and it automatically prompts you to do that. So this is what it looks like from my Pro account and also from the teacher side. So I put two fake accounts in the room already, so you'll see Sam2 and Sam3. I'm logged in on my phone and on another computer so you guys can see it from here. So you've got a couple options which should be similar to what you guys have. This you won't really need to use. Really, all of your controls are kind of right here in this dashboard. So right now, as a student, none of the students can see anything until I share my screen. And I haven't joined my audio and my video. Obviously, you can go through that choice. So I'm gonna leave mine muted, and my video, obviously, that will pop up on everyone else's. Hello. And then you have a couple different options. One of the big things that you guys are going to be using is the Manage Participants. And from there, that's kind of, this is where you can choose and go in between of making people hosts. So you'll see that I'm actually going to, if I click on Manage Participants, I'll have a list of my students in the class. And then I have a couple different options. I could chat directly with that student. I could ask them to start their video. I could make them host or co-host. We could give them closed caption options, allow them to record. They could rename themselves. So one of the options I'm going to do is make host. And what that will do is, this might be something that you might do with your group members, is change hosts throughout. So I'm going to click OK. And now I actually don't have those options anymore. I would have to go back and give the host powers back to me. So I'm going to do that real quick and go back to make hosts. So if you need to change hosts as you're working, so now I'm the host again, you in your presentations you can do that. So there's a couple different options. You could chat privately to everyone. There might be a chat feature. You'll have access to that down here. So that's in the Manage Participants. The other option that you guys have is polling. So this is the polling directly through Zoom. Remember, you do have to set these up ahead of time if you're using my account. So right now I made up two sample polls ahead of time. So from the teacher perspective, from the host perspective, you'll see I haven't launched the poll yet. That actually sends it out. But I did make two separate polls. You can make multiple polls you can make multiple questions in one poll. So if you set up a poll in the beginning and then you don't want the second poll to go out until the end, you can do that for timing. So I'm just going to send out the first poll. Launching poll means that it goes out to all the participants. And this is what it looks like from the teacher side. And then I can see, you know, what percentage of what whenever somebody responds. So I'm going to say from my fake devices so you guys can see. And you know, from the student perspective, it pops up there. It doesn't necessarily show you who is voting, but when you're finished, you can just click End Poll, and it will share. You could share the results to the class if you wanted, and that would pop up on everybody's screen if you wanted to show that way. You can click Stop Sharing. You could relaunch the poll, or you could choose to do your different poll. Totally up to you. You can just click the X whenever you're done with that. Remember, you do need to set them up with me ahead of time, so that way I can have them ready for you. So if you are planning on doing any poll questions directly through Zoom, please get them to me ahead of time so I can enter them in. The other cool option that you guys will have is the sharing screen option. And as the host, you can change to either make it only one participant can share at a time, or if you want multiple people to be able to share their screens, you can choose that as well. To share your screen, I believe it's the same feature as from the free version, but you just click on share screen. You can, optimize it if you need to. You can share your computer sound if you wish, if you're showing something that has sound, and then you can just choose whatever it is that you want to share. It brings up pretty much everything on your computer. So like right now I have some stickies open and it shows like my camera app is open because I'm recording this. So let's say I want to pop on Chrome. I click share screen, and now notice the little green highlight around the edges that shows you what's being shared. And if you're in Chrome, it does read that particular browser window. So whatever is in that browser window will show up. If you want to stop sharing it, you can click stop share and it'll go back to that basic screen. You could also change screens in between sharing, so you could just click up and hit new share and go wherever you were. And that is kind of how you go through that process of screen sharing. And you can give that power throughout as you guys work through. Again, you can do multiple participants. You've got the chat feature down here, so you can send, if you want to send directly to one person, you could send here. If you wanted to send to everyone, if you wanted to there's a couple different options, and I can't make the screen a little smaller so you guys can see, but the more options allow attendees to chat with host or everyone, totally how you want to set that up for your presentation. I will be recording the sessions while you guys are doing your presentation, so you won't need to worry about that. The other options that you have are pretty cool. They're breakout rooms. That's what you guys might do to put different students in different groups to do breakout sessions. So how you would do that is you click down here on more and you click breakout groups. And then you've got a couple different options. You can either automatically sort, like assign participants into one room or two rooms. Right now I only have 2 people, so I would only be able to go up to 2 rooms. Because if I go up any higher, it says 0 to 1. So let's say I'm going to do 2 rooms. I usually like to manually sort them. If I wanted to automatically, I could just click automatically and automatically puts them in. What I would have to do is click open all rooms, and that would send an invitation to everyone to put them in their room. I could add a room if I wanted. I'm going to go back to recreate because I want to actually do manual, where I can just put the students in manually. This might be good for you guys if you're making specific groups that you want to work. This is often what I do if I knew I wanted you to work with a specific team. So I'm going to click manually into 2 rooms, recreate all rooms. You can actually rename the rooms if you want. Totally fine. And then you can assign. So when you click on assign, that shows you the list of all of the people in the Zoom meeting. And you can just, if you click the check mark, it puts them in that room. When you don't want them, or if you didn't accident, you want to change them to a different room, you could click on that person and move them to this. Then you'll click open all rooms, and it sends out a notice that all participants have been invited. You need to actually click on my devices, click join, and you'll see that they have actually joined their rooms. It'll show the little green light when they've gone into their rooms. And you can actually broadcast a message to all of them, or you could even click yourself. Like if you want to pop into a room, you can click join. Yes, I'm going to join this room, and it'll tell you you're joining the breakout room as the host. If you don't want to be in that room, you can click leave breakout room, and then you can choose to, if you want to end them all, you can do that here. You can return to the main session, and then you can hop back to the other room if you wish. So if you go back to breakout rooms and you were just in room number 1, you could join room number 2. When you're finished with all the breakout rooms, I usually post like a 2-minute warning message, like bring your discussion to a close. That'll post to everyone. And then when you're finished, go ahead and close all rooms. The participants have 60 seconds to leave their breakout room, or it automatically forces them out. And then you'll see down here, once people have come back, this is the main room. So you'll see that there's actually only me in it right now until those rooms close or they leave. So I'm going to click leave now. And you'll see that the participants have come back as they're leaving their sessions. And that is a lot of stuff. Closed caption, you can assign someone to type if you wish. That's totally an option that you guys have, although it's not necessary for what we're doing with class right now. And from the host session, this is pretty much the view that you guys will see. You really have a lot of the same features in the free account that you'll see here. If you need to invite others while we're in there, you can click on share screen. That's a direct link as well. Or join audio if you're not in there. I have mine off right now, and that's probably why. But that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out.